All right, guys. I was I got when I was a kid, I dealt with something called learning disabilities, where people treated me different. Because I had a hard time learning, and that was from some family trauma that I had to deal with. They called it. But I have to admit, was a contributor to it. There's no doubt about that. Because I couldn't concentrate. But let me get off of that right now. Jussie Smollett from Empire, one of my favorite TV characters. And yes, he's gay, but that doesn't matter. I like his character. I dig his music. But he got assaulted by two masked white guys in Chicago outside. I guess he was walking down the street by himself and got beat up. And Lee Daniels actually posted a picture. I guess he was FaceTiming them or something, and they talked about it. Now, he was walking there, according to the video that I saw this morning. They were saying there were no camera footage. There were supposedly was cameras around, but there was no camera footage of the assault. And the fact that Jussie was walking by himself. Now, I have a few questions about that. Now, don't get me wrong. It's likely that it happened. I'm hoping it didn't. I'm hoping he's okay and he's good to go. And, that God will bless him with, his health back to restore again so he can do what he needs to do for his life and his career. I'm not wishing no bad ills on this guy. My wife and I, we both love the show. We like him as a character on the show. I think he's probably one of the best characters. He's probably my favorite character on the show. I'm not gonna lie. Even though but that to me that's not the issue. To me, I look at him as a person, but he's a person who's in his own thing. He's in his own skin, and that's the way you have to look at people. And that's the way I look at people. Look at people for their own skin. Look at me in my own skin as a man. Are we slightly flawed? Are people slightly flawed? Yeah. People are not gonna be perfect, but that's another story. But I do have issues about this thing that happened. A couple of things come to mind. Number one, I'll refer to him as his character Jamal. Jamal on Empire. He is this guy who plays Jamal. He's a big deal. He's an actor, he's a songwriter, and he's a singer. He's a triple threat. And he's been in some big movies. And my thing is, first of all, why would you allow one of the biggest stars on television to be walking around by himself, albeit he's a young guy, 30-something years old. He's a big boy. But walking by himself and, at night in Chicago. Okay? Mind you, and a gay guy at that. Now, I'm not knocking him because he's gay. But, there have been, incidents where gay people have been accosted for just because they were gay. And I think that's wrong anyway. That's really fucked up, if you ask me. But my thing is, oh boy, I hate this. I hate going across 301. It's the fact that he is being harassed because of who he is. And I think that's messed up. But there's no excuse for people doing what they did. But the fact that he's the biggest star on television and he's walking around by himself, I question that in itself. Why would you even allow that? Number one, Lee Daniels. What happened over here? Oh man, it was an accident over here. Jeez, Moise. I don't think I want to go across there right now because of this accident that happened over here. Oh, snap. I can't do it. What the hell happened here? It just happened. Oh, snap. Let's see if I can go across this mud. All right, we go. Yeah, there we go. start with the Y's. Anyway, here's the weird part, though. He was accosted by two masked white guys. Now I don't remember if it was at an alley or something or somewhere that happened at over there in Chicago. But I guess I got a couple of issues with the story, though. I really do. I got a couple of big issues with the story. That's one thing. The first thing, he's walking by himself. He's the biggest TV star on the planet. You know? Oh man, no, this is cool as hell. He's one of the biggest television stars on TV. Literally, he's a big deal. You know, he's a big deal. And one of the most beloved characters on the show. That's also a big deal. Oh man, this is my car. You know? And like I said, that's just for starters. There's a lot of things that I have problems with this guy. You know, a lot of things. And I'm like, I don't understand that. I personally, I really don't. You know? And being accosted by two masked white guys, and you saw the faces, or you didn't see them. How could you tell they white? They had the mask on. You know? And Lee Daniels will allow one of his biggest TV star, one of his biggest properties, or, you know, not property, but biggest stars to be accosted like that, and not even have security around him, and he by himself. Man, that's a lot of questions, more questions than answers. So I guess we'll figure this out at some point. But I'm gonna talk about all this stuff later on the live podcast sometime this week. This is DJ Wolf. I'm out.